Hello, my brothers and sisters. Today's topic is going to be about mothers and fathers need to come together to raise their children, even if they're not together anymore. It doesn't make any sense why the child should be fatherless or motherless if both parents are alive. I understand, mistakes happen, you have children you weren't ready, but having sex is not a mistake, right? You did it, you knew the consequences of your actions. Both of them need to woman up and man up, come together, whatever their disagreements are, and raise their children, even if you're separated. There should be no such thing as one has more custody over the other. It should be equal share. Y'all both need to be reasonable and be in your child's lives. Especially you men. You allow the women to, just win. Just because the judge was in their favor to get more custody, your job is to keep fighting. Even though it's a shame that you have to go to the damn court to even do this. This right here shouldn't be no such thing as this. Right? Especially if you're a man that worked hard and wanted to be in a child life, you definitely shouldn't be the one to give up and say, you know what? There's nothing I can do. Nah, you keep paying the court costs, you keep going. Because you dedicate to your job. You're dedicated to buy the things that you want to buy. Right? And if you're a weed smoker, you're sure enough like giving the weed person your money. So why not take that same effort and prove to your child that, hey, I tried to fight for you. I do everything you can. Some of y'all just give up way too easy. You easy to get a woman pregnant and you quit to leave. Now some of them are no good, man, but if you able to, you got a good job or whatever you get, you paying ridiculous amount of child support or paying any child support at all, that's more of a reason why you should fight and get visitation and all that. And y'all women, y'all ridiculous with that. You should not block a man for wanting to see his kids. If he's a man that really want to see his kid, you should not be threatening him and going to a court. No, allow that man to be a man. Just because y'all didn't work out, just because you mad emotionally because he don't want to be with you or whatever the case may be, you should not block your kids from that. It's messed up. It's like, stop being selfish and stop thinking about yourself for once. And allow that man to be a man. Right? To be honest, y'all shouldn't even have that much power anyway, to be honest with you. Of course, it's all the game to put the man on child support when he don't deserve to be on it. Just for them to get financial gain. Right? 'Cause I'm pretty sure, they get a cut somewhere to push the child support BS. Right? But y'all, and the sad thing about your women, okay, sure, if the man is garbage or whatever, okay, I understand that, you put him on child support, that's well deserved if he's a man that is walked out if you don't want to do anything. But I'm talking about the men that actually want to be in a child life. You have no right, just because the baby came out your body. It takes 2 to tango. It's not just your child, it's his too. You should not have that much power to say, you know what, I decide whether you see your son or not. No, it shouldn't work like that way at all. It should be equal share. You should not give a boyfriend or some random guy to play stepfather to have more privileges than the real father. No. The real father should be able to deal with his own flesh and blood. Because y'all didn't work out, it doesn't diminish him from being a good father. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. I wasn't raised by my real father, shoot, or my mother. To be honest with you, I was raised by my aunt. So, and another thing about your fathers, don't wait till your kids become fully grown to decide to get involved. You supposed to share a bond with your child before he become an adult. So you're able to teach him things, and he can share a bond with you. When he come a grown, it's kind of hard for him to share a bond with you, because what can you really teach him, right? When he's when he's late 20s and late in his 30s, like, what can you really tell him, right? His respect for you is not going to be on that level as if he was a child, because a child don't know anything. You can teach him, you can grow with that child, but when he's damn grown, you can't teach him nothing. Like, why should he respect you? That's the problem with a lot of mothers and fathers make. They wait till their child become of age and grown. I guess they do that because they feel like, well, he's an adult, he should be able to understand. No, you're supposed to bond with them when they're young. So I know from experience, right? Like, there's nothing my father can teach me, right? Too grown for that. Shoot, I'm 34 years old, so it's like, come on, bro. So, yeah, y'all don't know what damage y'all doing to the children. They have to learn things on their own. They have to figure out, make, choices. So mothers, y'all need each other. Woman, you are not the mother and the father. If that's the case, you wouldn't be finding a man replacement. Look, if you can't work things with your father, you shouldn't be around no man at all. Wait till that child become of age, so therefore you protect the child. Especially you're already getting ridiculous amount of child support from that man. Why do you need another man? You got a house and you got all this extra stuff, right? If you can't work out the baby father, you should not make another man suffer for that either, right? You should not be responsible for a kid that's not his. If he is responsible for the kid, if a man do come along and he do love those kids like his own, eventually, you better show mad love to that man. And I'm just going a little off topic, but I'm just talking about the baby father is garbage and he don't want no parts of his child's life. But I don't recommend y'all put another man there because you're desperate and you're lonely. No, you laid up and had that child. If you don't want the father to be a part of that life, you shouldn't have another man replace it. If you can't work with him, wait till the child come of age, then date again. Or if you do date again, keep your kid's life away from that. The man don't have to come to your house and none of that. Casually date, but don't get him involved with the child. That's how these children be getting ravaged, abused, and everything, because you put a strange man around them because you want to do you. You lost that privilege when you had kids. You men, like I said, stop giving up. If you're gonna pay $600, I know people that pay like $600 a month on child support, and they didn't make that much at their job. Yep, they paying child support, but they don't have that power. Now you got some black women though, some sisters that will still allow the father to come. Kudos to those women that may still get child support, but they allow their man to still be in a child's life. I respect those women, right? But I'm talking about the women that just straight nastiness. You ain't seeing your son, you ain't speaking to your son. Like, y'all don't see nothing wrong with that? What's wrong with y'all? You know what? Y'all need to stop, because that's how the cycle repeats itself. The son's going to end up doing the same thing the parents do. That's why the cycle need to stop. And we need to start carrying ourselves a lot better. Our image. We need to start doing things the correct way and work together. Or stop having kids and ultimately, stop having kids by any goddamn body. Women, stop giving up your flowers so damn easy. Like, observe, right? If that dude is not good for you. And man, we know if you know what women, they not all good either. You see the signs. It's that you fast and immature. You need to start thinking about before you start putting the key in the ignition. And a possibility that the woman get pregnant. Y'all need to think, right? But that's a process of growing. But we need to start making better decisions as men and women, especially you women. Start making smarter choices. Start having kids as a way to have extra money, and actually start loving and care about your kids. Stop using them as a bank, pretty much. You know, y'all stop that. Kids are not meant to boost your financial gain, but it's to raise and pass knowledge to for the next generation. You know what? I'm not gonna continue this conversation. I think y'all get the whole point of what I'm trying to say. You know, it's time for the man up, woman up, and be mothers and fathers like y'all supposed to. And that's the end of this video.